Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12, Week 5. Now, usually, this is where I'd say, welcome back to all the people watching on YouTube, but, no, this is actually the first time we're seeing this game, unfortunately. There was an issue with the stream this week, and I was not able to get part 2 in, which also meant we missed out on our interview with Hollywood another week in a row. But that's okay, because I brought something even better than a live game this time, and that's
Wow.
Ocelot. Say hello, Ocelot.
Wow, I can't believe I'm better than exactly one live game. I feel flattered, honored, and quite possibly constipated.
It's funny, usually we get Ocelot in Game 1, we miss him for Game 2, but this time, for the live game, quote-unquote, we got him for Game 2 and not Game 1.
That's how
Yep.
it goes.
So, since you missed out on what happened, Baby Shlark, they actually have a stand-in for their Pause 1 this week. And in the first round, they didn't actually realize it until it was too late, and he kind of came in, gave him a almost a sucker punch, really.
Dire team back.
This time, let's see if things are any different. Immediately getting rid of the Spirit Breaker here. Tupac had kind of this deathballing strategy in Game 1, so no surprise that they're immediately trying to put the brakes on that.
Yeah.
Deathball's a little strong right now if certain heroes are actually put together. I think the most sadistic chase down combo I've seen is Spirit Breaker and Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker just hits with Rupture and begins to, obviously they start trying to TP to get the easy escape if he's on their own. Then Spirit Breaker comes out of the left field and starts pummeling your face in. It's just, you either run or you die, or you sit there and die. It's not a lot of option.
Get rid of the gyro here. Looking at some decode heroes. Not a bad idea. I feel like you could really say that Tupac in general built around their Pause 1 and decode.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. Centaur! I think I saw this pick when we were streaming. I've forgotten everything in this pick phase because, I was busy dealing with a technical issue, but, I think I saw Centaur at least. I think I saw this pick too. But I don't remember what it is, so that doesn't mean anything. First pick Centaur. It's going to be a bit of a sign, I think. Tupac's looking to run back the Deathball strategy a bit, though with a different lineup, because last time it was like Spirit Breaker and Life Stealer sort of thing.
Yeah. The
Spear-
classic combo.
Spirit Breaker, Life Stealer, and Dawn Breaker as well, just to make things a little worse. But they weren't able to deal with that Terrorblade. You think maybe old 10 p.m. coffee enthusiast might be, part of the trend setting here. I think you might be seeing some more Terrorblade moving forward, because man, that was a hard thing for them to respond to.
Yeah, maybe.
Winter Wyvern, that's a
The
good
Wyvern is a way to deal with it.
yeah, good anti-death ball here. Centaur doesn't matter how fast Centaur Warrunner thinks he is if he's getting caught in the ice.
Yeah.
Wyvern in general is just a really strong pick. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Really strong stat growth, very, very versatile item build options, can play nearly any position, and has quite possibly the most disruptive medium cooldown ult in the game. Ooh, I like that pick.
Yep, getting an Earth Spirit to go with that Wyvern here.
Alright.
That
Earth Spirit is a lot more complicated than I think he needs to be in his base kit, but if he's played correctly, he's a powerhouse.
Oh yeah.
Just as much as Void or even Ember Spirit.
If
He
they
can absolutely demolish.
if they put these two together in a good way, you can see some crazy results. Like if you have the perfectly timed, Earth Spirit rolls in and ults right as the Winter Wyvern ult ends. Though that might have a little bit to say about it. We got the Silencer here just to just kind of ruin that little idea a little bit, or at least put a damper in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just not a good hero to see on the enemy team. Silencer in general, but some heroes can deal with him, others can't.
5 seconds.
Unfortunately, neither of these two so far really can, but then they're not your cores. We'll see how things
That's
go when we
true.
see those in the lineup.
Yeah, I find that Wyvern and Earth Spirit both have good base stats, so they might actually have a bit of a fighting chance in the middle of the silence, just beating people up. But it's not solid, but it's definitely enough to survive it, I believe.
Tupac getting rid of the Shlark. I actually remember specifically at my comments on this. Shlark can be countered. I feel like letting him in the pool would actually be a better thing to do here. They just didn't counter him last time he was up just because of the itemization.
Indeed. Shlark's biggest weakness is dealing with not just BKBs, but any items or abilities that otherwise just disengage him from the fight temporarily.
Hood is really nasty for him, too. He really struggles to do that much against a team with a Hood.
Yeah,
One
even
of
with
the
Diabolic
most,
up, you can't fight it.
Right. One of the most dramatically impacted heroes, up there with, like, Skywrath Mage, for example.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Well, Shrek's a bit like Sand King in the way that he approaches a fight. He just sort of goes in there and he has to get off one of his big moves and then just sit in there while it goes off for its full duration and pray he doesn't get burst down in an instant.
Getting rid of the Lifestealer, I think I commented on that one as well, in that, especially with the Razor ban, it actually would not be a terrible idea, I think, for Shlark to pick Lifestealer up themselves here, but if you don't want to do that, then by all means get rid of him.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it certainly seems they don't.
5
Yeah,
seconds
Lifestealer is
remaining.
one of the best heroes in the game to try and deal with the Centaur Warrunner, because Centaur Warrunner's strength works so, like his strength gain, literally strength, works so hard against him facing Lifestealer. Old Lifestealer has percentile lifesteal. The more HP you have, the more HP he takes from you.
Yes.
And Centaur being the game, one of the premier meat balloons in the entire game, up there with Pudge, means that later on in the game, you know, Lifestealer is able to just freely get all of his HP back mid-fight by just slapping Centaur a couple of times, just back up to full HP, especially if he gets like a Paladin Sword or something.
I meant to ask you a question. What do you perceive to be the strongest jungle item for Lifestealer, actually, when it comes into the late game phases? Because most people will say that it's Leveler because of the base destroying capabilities. People really undersell this, but jungle items have a huge impact on certain heroes at certain phases in the game, but Lifestealer just feels powerful during all of them.
Right. Yeah, Lifestealer actually, I would say, rather than going in on the individual, I will say this. I feel like Lifestealer, one of the few heroes in the game where there's something at every tier for him, legitimately. Like, every single tier has at least one really good thing for the guy, and that is something I don't think many heroes can say. Getting rid of the Ursa there as well.
10 seconds
Lena on the
remaining.
other team. The Baby Shlark is looking really strongly at Decode here, which is not by any stretch a bad idea. As we said here,
Yep.
Tupac really centered around that Pazlan. On the other hand, Tupac looking at a lot of mids here. They're really thinking about US Danny, which is not a bad idea. I feel like US Danny is definitely a standout player on Shlark as well, in response. And as we've seen in the last couple of games from him as well, he actually does play quite a big variety. Like, you'd think with US Danny, because a lot of mids in this tournament are a little bit, I would say, kind of role-defined. Like, you know, you basically know what you're looking at when you see a London. You basically know what you're looking at when you see an Iceman. You basically know what you're
Yeah.
looking at when you see, for example, a Tallballz, actually. But US Danny is not really in that position. US Danny feels like he can at least decently play most of the mid heroes, and I feel like that's kind of a rare upside in this tournament. A very novelty thing. I think that's a rare thing in general to be able to play a hero pool of that large, decent level. Getting an Underlord here.
Alright, Pit Lord.
Underlord, just one more thing to ruin that old Centaur ult. Really makes you have to be conscious about where you're going in the middle of it, and that makes it a lot harder to get much use out of it. Though, again, Pit Lord is a guy who gets... Well, he does have that passive. It doesn't really
Yeah, it's rather
matter.
annoying to deal with the passive if you're, like, say, pause one hero.
Yeah. They're definitely going to want some sort of break going on here.
Dire team pick.
Snapfire is not break. They're actually picking Snapfire against roxyroro, probably the most standout Snapfire player in this tournament so far, which is kind of funny.
Yep.
Radiant team pick.
I will say this much, though. With these four heroes... The Sniper looks like a manlet standing next to Snapfire, who's taller than him. But, the old Snapfire will have a bit of trouble here. There's really nothing to sort... There's an anti-mage pick. Oh, we've
Alright.
seen anti-mage
That
do,
is very much knee-jerk for Sniper and Snapfire, I feel.
Yep, but that
Maybe
is
even
also...
Silencer.
That is also a really big pick for them, actually, because, you know, with the anti-mage, not only do you have a really good engagement option for both sniper and
10 seconds remaining.
snapfire, you also have a way to get around the silencer. You
seconds
also have a
remaining.
way, you know, you could just blow him up. Especially, the better silencer does, the better anti-mage will do against him in kind. It's ironically kind of a curse for him, and he also has a way to deal with the centaur stomp and even charge. So
Yeah,
that's a
I
very
have
big
to.
pick.
Team
I
pick.
have to admit, I have seen way too many games where I've had a silencer on my own team and got really complacent, didn't want to build Lincolns or anything, got fed a ton of stolen it, and then the anti-mage who's been punking the whole game gets really lucky, blinks in, and just
Team back.
blows him up when he's at 0 mana and kills our entire team. Happens at least
Yeah.
once a year.
Merry Christmas.
For real. For real.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. Might be uploaded on Christmas Eve, if I had to say. Getting rid of the faceless
Almost
void.
Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
That's true.
So, what is that?
Getting rid of the void and the storm spirit here. Maybe Shlark
Yeah.
seems to be looking at ones. Not
They
surprising.
definitely don't want people to be able to jump on top of Sniper, but I think they've already got to worry about that considering they've got Earth Spirit and Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it's a little. Unfortunately for them, it's a little
Too
late
little,
to be
too
worrying
late,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah. One thing I will say, I feel like for twos, I think Tupac is not for twos, for ones. Tupac really could have used that void. They have actually, with him out of the pool, they really don't have anything to tee up a Snapfire ult unless they want to go full balls to the wall and do like a 1 Mars or something. Funnily enough, I think Baby Shlark actually has a better lineup for the Snapfire this game than Tupac does, who actually picked them.
Right.
Decent chance, though, it was just a straight denial pick.
10 seconds
You know, decent
remaining.
chance it was just, oh crap, an Underlord gotta knock this out of the pool instantly.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe Roxy finally getting the respect they deserve here.
Yeah, right now, I have to say, they've got a really big problem over on Tupac's team setup right now. Barring mostly Centaur, they don't have a whole lot of really good, in-fighters. They're not people who are great at direct point-blank save, again, for Centaur. Sniper's great at long range, Snapfire's great at long range, technically medium range because of Little Shredder and Scatterblast, but that's sort of intermediate. It's not any direct, carry role I don't think they're going to be applying to her in this case, because
Yeah.
they need something to deal with Anti-Mage late, and that is not Snapfire.
They're gonna need a tankier pause 1. Unfortunately, the first pause 1 that comes to my mind in the pool that fits that description is Wraith King, and you don't want to run him against Anti-Mage.
Right.
There is an alternative. They actually could take something a little bit more brazen. They could take Bristleback.
Yeah, they could. We could see another pause 1 Bristleback. We have seen pause 1 Bristleback in this tournament so far, but again, unfortunately, just another guy who really, Bristleback is very unfortunate against Anti-Mage because he's in a very lose-lose situation. He can blink to your front, force you to pick a side between him and the team, and no matter which side you're picking, he can come in and just eat your mana, which is not something you want to have happen as Bristleback. It's only one thing Bristleback can do when he's out of mana, which is die.
Yeah.
They're in a very tough spot. I think Baby Shlark has really put them... Baby Shlark has already put them in a really tough bind. Shlark, huh? I guess I could see Shlark in this role a little bit. Is at least going to be able to hold somebody down for the Snapfire ult, even if you are dropping a 1. Is going to be able to hold people back from knocking out the Sniper and the Silencer on the second line there, though. I feel like he is going to be struggling a little bit against Underlord if he's not silenced. Going to be struggling a little bit against the Earth Spirit, too. Earth Spirit actually has a lot to say about Shlark, if he does,
Yeah, he does.
well. On one hand, this is probably not the most ideal pick, but on the other hand, man, the ban game on Baby Shlark went really well. I mean, look at all those guys who would have been great as Tupac's one for that last pick that got knocked out here. They actually thought really well about this lineup here for Shlark.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, again, the anti-mage pick is also kind of a soft ban for a lot of these guys. They're in a very tough spot. Very tough spot. And then they got the Bloodseeker,
Okay.
just to straight counter that Centaur. Now, last time we saw Bloodseeker in a situation like this, he did kind of get written out of the game, in large part. Let's see if that happens again. By the way, Ocelot, since I know you're going to appreciate it, the stand-in here who's playing anti-mage here in place of normal team captain. Respect the pouches, of course. Huh?
Playing a Persona anti-mage too.
Yep.
That's
So-
always good.
A weird idea for like a concept. It's like somebody else who just happens to have the same kit.
Yeah.
And same stupid hairstyle, though a little longer. I don't know.
One anti-mage in the world, what can I tell you?
Yeah. I don't know where Anti-Mage gets his haircut, but you should probably sue that barber.
Yeah.
And Miss Anti-Mage has probably even more of a cause for a lawsuit here. Alright. Getting right into it here.
Should be a fun one.
Laggy said I didn't even see that. Alright. Of course, unfortunately, if you're watching this game for the first time because you saw the live stream, you know, sorry, I'm not doing player callouts this time.
Yeah, we did already in game 1.
Yep,
So,
you're just gonna have
watch
to,
those.
you're just gonna have to go with it. Notably, Crafty Potato actually on somebody else again. I think there's 3 players in this tournament. It's in that pause 3 position. All of them actually have had some issues putting together a nice 5-year plan here. Had some issues historically with hero variety, and I'd say that would be Crafty Potato here on Tupac. I'd say that's Ramonolo on Willow Twisted Fantasy, and that's X3 on Lich Better Have My Money. Very interestingly, though, I think in the last couple of weeks, all these teams have been trying, to at least some degree, to avert that problem. So it's nice to see old Crafty Potatoes playing somebody new. I think this is the first time he's running Centaur this tournament. I certainly think I would remember this weird skin for him, this weird, like, Mad Max Centaur skin. Of course, we have this weird silencer living
the
shield.
silencer shield. Kinda love that.
Slark
Seems
here
that
looks,
everyone has that one.
Slark here looks like he just
I
surfaced
appear to have missed
Bioshock.
pick phase. I needed a moment on the side. Wow, this is a heck of a team setup. I like the Bloodseeker pick along with the along with the Anti-Mage. It's really, really high pressure.
Yeah, one of the tragic things here is that we were mentioning Tupac needed somebody at the end of this lineup who would be able to tank and who would be able to sort of tee up ults for Snapfire. But unfortunately, because of that
Shlark.
anti-mage, because of the anti-mage pick and the lot of bans, there really weren't a lot of options for them. Shlark was really genuinely probably the best they had, which is still not too great.
I don't know. I think they could have done with a Slardar, personally.
Could have done with a Slardar? Maybe.
Absolutely.
Well,
It makes,
it
makes a little Shredder from Snapfire and a good chunk of Sniper's damage really lethal.
True. But then again, I feel like they're missing out on late game anyway, so, you know. Let's just be real here. Shlark is not going to outscale Anti-Mage, you know.
Ah.
Yeah,
Not
you know,
immediately, anyway.
yeah, it wouldn't have been a bad idea.
In theory, he can if he gets like a million kills, but
Yeah.
Slurk does have exponential growth. You know, he gets edgy for every kill.
Yeah, my call when we were picking was it would normally be really good to get Wraith King, but with that Anti-Mage there, it makes it a very big risk. Silencer up here getting a little whacked. Pretty low here. Does have a
Only in the
million
pause
bits
5.
of regen.
Got a pretty aggressive lane of trading right clicks down here, bottom lane. I'm beginning to wonder, actually, what their big plan is for endgame at this point. Like, you have to be thinking these things through, and there's a Shlark and an Anti-Mage on either side, so...
Right.
It's very much a coin toss, I believe, which team will
I
come
mean,
out on top.
for me, like I said, unless Shlark gets about 1 billion kills, he ain't no anti-mage, especially going up against guys like Pitlord who has some answers to him. Guys like Earth Spirit especially. Earth Spirit can make Slark's life this game a living hell, and it really doesn't matter what the number on the clock says when that's the case. So to me, I think it's a simple proposition here. I think it's a Doomsday Clock sort of game. Doomsday Clock sort of situation. Though there is the other hidden variable here that is going to muck things up a little bit for them, which is Sniper. who does I would say, very much outscale the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker doesn't get that percentile damage though, so that makes it a little closer. Mighty Midget here, big trouble, going down,
yeah,
Boofus, Pit Lord.
Got that extra damage from the passive, I would presume. Yeah.
Yep.
Surprisingly deadly to deal with as a pause 5.
Oh yeah.
So
It's surprisingly deadly to deal with for anyone. I think
yeah.
It's been nerfed. It's not the absolute like instant game win it more or less was for a while on a lot of compositions, but that trophy aura, man, all I'm gonna say is this: Shlark better get a Silver Edge pretty fast, and he better be getting old Pit Lord every single fight, or else he's gonna be doing no goddamn damage. I don't care how many stacks he got if Pit Lord's taking, Pit Lord's taking his due off the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the DPS tax.
Yeah, funnily enough, actually, the more stacks Shlark gets, the less effective almost it gets.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Pudge was banned earlier. Yes.
I don't think so, actually.
I don't think so. I was gonna say I'm a little surprised that that they took Snapfire then, because Pudge could have been really, really, really dangerous on that team, considering they have all that permanent stack growth. It really requires them to snowball, but with Sniper and all that on their team, it's easy to do.
You have to kind of consider that you need someone who can play him. It's kind of a bit of a specialty hero.
Right.
Very true.
One thing I will say, speaking of Snapfire getting very much bullied here by the anti-mage, one thing I will say is my call at the start was that rather than really... Oh, Mighty Midget actually going down top while this is happening. Rather than really picking Snapfire for themselves, I think Tupac took Snapfire as an effective ban. They saw the Pit Lord come up. They know roxyroro is on this lineup. roxyroro, even though playing pause 5 in these last couple of games, funnily enough. roxyroro, probably the most notable Snapfire player in the tournament, rather. And they were like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that combo. Just draft her, do something with her. But unfortunately, all they're really going to have to tee up her ult at this point is really just a Shlark stun. Mighty Midget going down again, man! Things are not going his way today.
Yeah, Bree and offlane just super pressuring.
Yep.
Like, they know they can get those kills and they're not going to let him go.
Bonus looking for Shlark here.
Making it impossible for Silencer to even exist in this lane.
Yep. It's very unfortunate for Silencer. I would say one of the reasons that I'm not a super big fan of the 5 Silencer is he is a lot more gold and level dependent than most heroes you would normally put in that role, right? I think like the minimum bonus actually getting rather messed up here. Actually,
something back at least.
And then bonus gets tipped by Silencer. Okay.
It's like Wyvern's having some pain.
It's actually Snap who's having the pain here. Oh, but anti-mage. Oh, the Sav though.
Not even a value point of spell shield. That was some cojones right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, good play by the Wyvern, actually. Specifically, like, putting themselves in danger to get that kill. And high-fiving the tower. So, there you go.
The thing I was about to say is, oh, geez. Silencer, yeah. The thing about Silencer doesn't mean nothing until he has this. Until he gets this, he doesn't mean anything. And if you can see clearly by that duration, it is one of the skills that has the most impact as it levels up. You do not want to be sitting on a level 1 global silence for halfway to ever, and you certainly don't want to be sitting on a level 0 global silence halfway to ever.
Yeah, some people try to go for a shortcut to get him at better levels without actually contributing directly in said kills or farm by building stuff like, say, Midas, or just taking the books and hogging them and just basically leeching the lane permanently. Now, I find that Silencer can actually really survive, not really on his own, but he can definitely accumulate a lot of farm very easily if you allow him to, and if you put forth the effort into practicing your last hits with your W, you can easily flash farm, I find, even in jungles.
Right. You can get the farm with him, but the thing I'm saying is if he's in this role, if he's in 5 and he's not, let's just be frank, on a team like this, he's not going to be getting any farm this game, more or less.
Yeah.
Especially against an enemy team like that, that's going to make it a nightmare for him to be out anywhere. It's going to be, he's not going to be able to get that. He's going to be trailing in that XP. He's going to be trailing in those levels, and it's going to be very difficult for him to have any sort of tangible impact on this game.
Oh, of course. Oh, we got a
US
rupture.
Danny here. Got a rupture on the Snapfire, actually.
Gonna eat that snap.
I had to go quick on it because they don't actually have a stun down in this lane, so they couldn't actually get Centaur there.
Yep.
They're going to have a stun very soon, but they didn't have it at that moment. And even then, it's not exactly the most ideal stun to use. Earth Spirit getting
Ooh, no.
messed up here. Silencer actually blocked him off really well there.
Oh, Soul Ring. Okay. Like the Soul Ring Slurk.
Oh, that might get him.
Yeah, that actually higher
Nice.
DOT takes him out there.
Not the strongest dot in the world, but it's enough. Uh-oh.
Yep. Though Pit Lord might be eating it for it, especially with this coming in. Bob.
Oh.
Oh man.
Good rotation there from Tallballz, just completely,
Like Sniper in the ghillie suit.
completely just shattered that top lane there.
Even his items are green. Look at him, he's immersed.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hope to pick up a little XP here. We'll instantly get punished out for it, sadly.
Is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Thematic sniper, I like it. Coming in here now. Unfortunately, Bloodseeker is the fastest man alive. Can take away their entire lane from them as well.
Yeah.
So even though the Dire had 3 people show up here, they couldn't get anything done if they wanted to. Earth Spirit even waiting in the wings just in case something went wrong, though. Earth Spirit? Okay. I was a little worried for a second there. This offlane started out really well for Baby Shlark. I can see why Boofus personally was wondering when the game was going to be coming up. But the things are starting to fall apart a little bit here. Oh man, Mana Void. But he's dead!
Yeah,
Anti-Mage
Wow.
very casually going down. Could not actually deal with that silencer there at all. Man, this sucks. This is such a nasty combination of things,
Oh, the
actually.
cookie. Not
Good
enough to
cookie,
Splinter
but-
Blast.
Yep, good cookie, but that Winter of Vern
Oh,
damage
God.
is hard to argue with. Centaur Warrunner is just not going to be able to do anything here.
Yep.
It hits me, by the way, the you've got the Boulder Smash to go with that Rupture, man. That could be real nasty.
Yeah, that's an old classic right there.
Radiant's top tower.
Can you still turn an enemy into a statue with Ags and just kick him a mile away with the right timing and kill them?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
god,
but
you're right.
I don't think Rupture affects them while they're statued.
Oh no, you wait until the statue effect's about to wear off, because if the statue effect wears off, the distance of the kick doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
you
an
got to
old, it's an
time it
old
well.
tech from back in the day, yeah. It's an old tech from back in the day. I used to do it myself, actually.
That's like some Smash Melee
right.
stuff, man.
Wombo combo!
You're gonna wombo
Speaking
combo.
of-
We got the two four-legged offlaners who have had the most impact on this tournament so far, maybe in that lane, as far as the overall presence goes.
Yep.
Beefing down here. If you wanted to see that, if you wanted to finally see Centaur Warrunner and Pit Lord collide after being the offlanes in like 80% of these games, here you go. Spoilers:
Yeah,
they can't
yeah.
do much to each other.
Yeah.
Slide's never too exciting when offlaners collide. Oh, we got a global silence here.
Yeah,
We
we
get
do.
the we gotta just save his own bacon there, but really gets nothing accomplished for it. Honestly, probably should have just saved it out there. There was no way he was getting out of that.
Yeah, you see, this is something I was going to mention at some point, but now's a good time. So, the problem with a lot of people running Silencer is they like to use his ult reactively instead of proactively.
Right.
If you're going to drop that ult to save your own skin, you have to drop it before that first slow or stun comes out, or you're just going to eat it.
Yeah, global silence does not, unfortunately, do too much if all the skills are actually already out there, and that was certainly, unfortunately, for the Mighty Midget, certainly a case of that, I think. US Danny getting real hassle here in that shrapnel there, just getting
Oh.
got an assassinate out here. Getting Bloodseeker himself, though, not doing terribly much. Well, I thought that was gonna go for a
Sure,
Roxy
bother him.
there. could have actually killed Roxy. Why are we Centaur ulting exactly? Oh, he's just trying to get away from the guys down here, the former off lane, who have now rotated to the safe lane.
Yep.
Bloodseeker, really, really hungrily looking at Sniper. Unfortunately for him, he is right on vision. So nothing's coming there, though his team kind of put themselves in maybe the wrong spot. Not nearly as lucky.
Oh.
Both Centaur Warrunner and the Snapfire just going down in mere moments. Gonna lose out. That Snapfire actually does not have ult yet. Still just level 4.
Shlark's farming well, which is the good news. Farming very well, actually.
That's true. He's had he's got a Midas as well. Actually, just missed a kill on Wyvern somewhere else.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
But
tower
yeah,
is
Shlark
under
is
attack.
farming really well. He's definitely recognized, hey, nobody's here at top, and I can just free farm it. Though Anti-Mage is gonna come in, you know, just to hassle him a little bit.
Yep.
At this point, I don't think Shlark has anything to really tangibly worry about for Anti-Mage, though. It would be bad for him to get into a little spat with Anti-Mage, lose all of his mana, and then say, "Oi, here comes 3 other people. Better hit me out." Oh, I'm out of mana. You know, that's never a good thing to have
That's
happen.
why you got that soul ring.
It's true.
Strange choice for Shlark, but I guess he can make it work because he has so much natural regen.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
fine
definitely-
because you can, if you need to, you can just soul ring old, and you know.
yeah. It's
the
definitely
HP less literally doesn't matter.
definitely just there to try and be able to ult through the Anti-Mage. It's a specific counter pick, I think.
Yep.
This is good. It's a smart thing. It's a smart counter item for him there. This is going to give him, I believe, well more than enough.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Dire's top tower
150 or 120, yeah.
I mean, he will have to hit it more or less instantly. I think it's like 2 hits from Anti-Mage in this gun, but why do we do that? Did he just...
They think that Illusion was the real Wyvern, maybe. It's possible.
Alright. I don't know if I would, to be honest with you, I don't know if I would drop Global Silence for a solo Wyvern on the best of days, but, you know, more power to you, I guess.
Gonna take a look. You know where
Just
Tallballz is.
barely whiffing on the Sniper here. Centaur Warrunner ults get him right out.
Yep.
We got the funny action selects, oh no line.
Yeah, Silence was not happy with this chain of
Events, yes. Chain of events, chain of monkeys in a barrel.
I believe our good friend Randall might have encountered a case of the die.
Did he just,
What?
did he see? Oh, never mind. He just didn't finish his sentence in a very awkward way.
Yeah, sorry.
Made us slut there, man. Oh, here comes
Ooh.
finally getting a, Snapfire ult, though.
Oh, they're all silenced!
Really accomplish anything.
No, they're all silenced again! Oh my god.
Ultimately, losing only Earth Spirit to take 2.
Yeah.
We got 3 here.
Bloodseeker does not care. He's out for blood. Fitting enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, must be reading the name of his hero.
Yeah. Lore friendly.
Pulling out as many creeps as they can, just trying to make this push work a little better. Centaur Warrunner here might be committing what we in the business call a bit of a mistake. Though with all of his friends coming
here's
back
Sniper.
up. Yeah, Bloodseeker actually probably would have gotten him there if he had turned around and bashed the tower, rather than trying to play ring around the rosy. It's made
I
it
want
easier
to point
for him.
out, I'm pretty sure Sniper failed to kill Bloodseeker literally because Bloodseeker had an Iron Bridge. I think he lived with like a little under 20 HP.
Yeah, he did.
GG branch. Oh no.
Wyvern, not quite so fortunate.
It DD'd Shlark. My god, man, get out of there. Run!
They are booking
It's
it.
rather deadly.
Bloodseeker, get out of that jungle, dude. If he decides to make a left turn, you're going to be taking a right turn straight to hell.
He is going for the axe here. He's trying to just basically try to.
Yeah.
He is indeed trying to more or less just tee up the Snapfire ult as the only person on his team who really can. Unfortunately for him, it's not the most ideal position. It sure is.
damn it, don't make me hungry. I'm in the middle of eating.
What do you mean? Isn't that the best time to be hungry?
No, hungry for something other than what I'm eating.
Oh, okay. Don't make me hungry. I'm too busy eating to eat. The Centaur Warrunner ulting to try and help the dive here.
Just absolutely screwed.
Yep, Vern just getting run the hell over. Finally had a global silence that really paid off fairly well for them, I think, because Vern probably could have ulted, gotten a kill there, if not.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
certainly something you gotta watch out for.
Radiant's bottom tower
And,
has fallen.
well, it's not the first tower of the game to go down. It's at least Dire's first. No, it's actually Dire's second. Wow, you guys really shattering tradition here. You guys must not have read the script. We always do Radiant bot T1 first. Like Anti-Mage and Centaur, I'm pretty sure could see each other there, just chose not to do anything about each other. 2 ships by the night. Centaur is a little hungry for it.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants this, though. This is a bad idea.
Anti-Mage just doesn't even want to give it to him. Doesn't even want to give him the satisfaction. He's just like, nope.
Yeah.
I think that might have just been a bluff to get AM out of the jungle, but it was too late. He already ate all like half the cans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Been taking great looks at this jungle items. That quickening charm could be real deadly on Shlark. Very surprised he's sticking with that ocean art. Maybe hasn't seen it. A decent combo though. It's never that ideal to see the Fey grenade. It's basically just anti-blink dagger. Getting another Snapfire ult here though. Again, really not hitting anybody. The Bloodseeker is caught in the middle of it. He's super slow. He's super dead. Goodbye, Bloodseeker. Mega kill streak ended though. 2 silencer. Shlark actually having a bit of trouble here.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's he tried to TP there.
Oh,
but,
he didn't use a stone.
Yeah, but he was out of remnants.
Okay, good
Shlark
turnaround.
barely
game.
gets.
Silencer.
Yep, Shlark barely gets away, and Lord has to call for a
good,
general retreat.
yeah, good time to dip right there, to be honest. They didn't manage to get the kill on Shlark, just barely, though. I feel like that was a little in part to an overall lack of any offensive itemization on their teams.
Lord does have, Lord is mostly looking forward.
Oh, now he's got the Veil, yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's what they were missing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for want of the Veil in the last fight there. It's never that nice to have an item picked up that definitely could have just won you the last fight, but
That's
know.
the power of last hit and denies in lane.
yep.
Uh-oh.
Lord getting caught out by the Shlark here,
I
but
don't think he's in any real danger. He's a bit
yeah.
too tanky to... Yeah.
well, he's super not in any danger now.
Uh-oh.
Silence has to global to get him out of there.
Yeah, he's
just
just gonna
ate
walk
the,
us off. Snapfire, though, I think walked into a big mistake.
Yeah, Snapfire just gonna eat it.
Gonna die to make sure Shlark gets out.
Oh.
Unfortunately, probably not ultimately a necessary death. Especially with Shlark having completed that axe, he's got those 3
I don't
buffs now.
know. That's true, but he did not have a TP scroll. He was stranded if he got stunned down.
Stunned down. Unfortunately, the thing that the team is missing more than anything is stun. do have
Casual
that.
escape ult. Damn, that's gonna rip into like 2/3 of his health. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is going to let ooh, barely survive that assassinate.
Does Wyvern have a branch too?
Wyvern's going to be on an episode of yes. Yes! Oh my god! What the hell?
French, dude. It's a good item.
Holy crap! Yeah.
MVP of the goddamn game, this Iron Branch, man. I tell you, this is crazy.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like
this is
the most
this
direct
game's
utility.
sponsored. This game's sponsored by Iron Branch.
It's the most direct utility I've ever seen in Iron Branches. Holy crap.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, they are smoked. He has no idea how close to death he is.
As I said, Winter of Vern going to be featured on the next episode of, what is it? I Shouldn't Be Alive, I think?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus. For want of, one less branch. Centaur Warrunner getting hassled up here. taking on the Wyvern and the Pit Lord, but I think Pit Lord and Wyvern think there's a little more up here to talk to than there really actually is. Sniper getting Centaur ulted out of there with that Shadow Blade as well. Definitely going to need something to deal with that Invis.
Another odd to see a pause 1 for pause 1 trade.
Yeah. Though they also do lose Silencer in the process here as well. Also going, died pretty deep up here. I like the perhaps accidentally well-timed Centaur ult, which you use to get away from the guys at top that also save Sniper's life. Could be intentional, could be unintentional. I'm going to be nice to Crafty Potato and say it was probably intentional. Because I don't think he was in that much danger up there. He's got himself a
Everything
pipe
is
in.
intentional.
Got himself a pipe in. That's going to inert a lot of the damage that Wyvern's going to do outside the ult. It's going to basically completely nullify. Poor Magnetize really does no damage to you at all if you've got the pipe aura. Especially not at level 1. Global Silence here. We're looking to make a big engagement. Start coming in with Pounce number 2, but man, he is in a lot of pain. Here comes a Snapfire ult to try and capitalize. Nobody's up for it. Shlark is dead.
Down. We just witnessed a live dissection.
We kinda did. Silencer turned around the last possible second. Did not get cookied out as a result. Anti-Mage really running down the boys here.
Oh, he's out of mana. He's going to buy him an escape while Centaur pummels Sniper half to death. Sniper's trying to save with Little Shredder. It's not enough. They're going to all die.
Yep. That's 5 for 1.
They got 2 buybacks, but this is looking grim.
Yeah, that was, oh man, that was not the fight you wanted to see. Anti-Mage coming into that fight with Battle Fury and the Mantis style there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And let's knock down this tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, this is, that was not the best fight for them to possibly have had. Exactly, that was just everything kind of going wrong there. Snapfire ult came in, you know, to really no avail, unfortunately. Snapfire's just a little too low leveled. Again, another hero that I feel like, you know, despite their support role, is very level dependent. That level 1 Mortimer's Kisses really does not do too great a damage. Does do some slow, which is good. Probably at this point more important than the actual damage is, but
Take Roshu.
yep, this is a free-ish Rosh in the history of the world. One notable thing here as well that has to be mentioned, I think. Bloodseeker's actually looking like you can take this. Yep. US Danny picking up that Aegis. One notable thing here as well is that even though Shlark has been doing pretty well for himself as farm, he's not in first place. He's not in second place. He's actually in third under a hero that very specifically addresses him as well. Not the most ideal situation for him to be in. Because like a lot of heroes, in fact, Shlark, better than most heroes, has the ability to avoid Rupture by TPing out. The only problem is Shlark TPs out from a fight, you lose the fight, you know?
Yes.
So,
Top tower is under attack.
doing some funny stuff here on the south side of the jungle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Wow, they got they pushed.
Surrounding them.
Yeah, they pushed Silencer back so far. He just slid like a mile. Holy crap! They got a lot of disengage, if nothing else. Though I feel like part of that was Earth Spirit just pushing him away, maybe.
A bit, I would say.
We got Force Staff on Silencer himself doing that. We have Force Staff on him? No, we do not actually have a Force Staff on the Tallballz.
There's also a Cookie. Don't forget that.
Yeah, there's Cookie. I don't know if Cookie was used there?
It was. I saw
It
it.
was? Okay, good. Doing some hot chili.
And now we reach my favorite part of the game right here. At this exact timing, around 25 minutes. This is what I like to call the Chaos Hour. Not actually an hour, but you get what you might get what I mean.
Sponsored by Chaos Knight.
US Danny. Oh.
They're dropping the
no.
whole world on him, but man, That was all the, like, that was 3 ults, and that took him down to half health. Oh man, Anti-Mage immediately just saying
Whoa.
hell no to
Oh,
that,
yeah.
hell no to that global silence. As, Silencer himself just going right down. Centaur Warrunner to follow. Got a,
I can't tell if that was a slight overcalculation on Bloodseeker's part, if that was an actual bit of bait there.
I mean, I
Oh,
think
no.
he just has no fear, to be honest with you. I think Bloodseeker's just not afraid of anyone, anything. Gets a triple kill for himself. Once again,
Another triple
everybody,
kill, yeah.
once again, everybody on Tupac going down. We got 3 buybacks. Actually, Silencer diebacked in the course of that fight. So 6 kills, 3 buybacks. That's not good. That, I mentioned earlier how Tupac's going to be all about the early game in this game. Man, at this point, I think that even though it's not even 30, I think that early game for them might be over. Bloodseeker really inherited all the early game potential it felt like they had, unfortunately for them. Cookie and stun with the 1 range creeps in there. It's always funny.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, first Rack's just very casually going down here. They really don't have much of a hope to keep him up in even the most ideal situation. And yep,
Dire's middle
3
tower
racks and they just pull back.
Alright.
Anti-Mage, that better not be a full Scotty coming in for Anti-Mage. That would be a, that's a full Scotty coming in for Anti-Mage, oh god. Oh man, this is looking really, how should I put this? This is looking increasingly like Tupac do not have a real path to victory. Randy, you're a doctor,
They're
right?
stranded in the woods and the wolves are circling in.
Could say that, yeah.
Randy, as the doctor of Dota, what's your prescription for Tupac here? How do they turn it around?
A lot of farm on Sniper and Shlark.
Yeah, I think that's really the only course here. How are they going to get that farm is the real question.
Great question.
More specifically, I think the answer they need to put up here directly is to put up one hell of a base defense and
is under attack.
basically drop everything on the first person who gets even a little too close.
Yep. At this
I
point,
mean that.
unfortunately, the luxury of just going all in on Anti-Mage is kind of lost to them because their team, so far as we've seen it, has really good ability to just sort of inert that. You know, if you go in on Anti-Mage and Pit Lord's around, you know, he's got the Force Staff, he's got plenty of tools to stun, bash him up, and if nothing else, he can escape. Speaking of escape, poor Centaur Warrunner there actually getting a little,
Oh no.
a little mauled by the by that Rod of Atos. Both him and Silencer again going down. That's dieback for the Centaur Warrunner. He's going to be up 77 seconds.
You know, I mentioned it earlier, but heroes who just don't care about the silence often, like, say, Bloodseeker, people often forget this, but Bloodseeker was designed back in the day to basically silence himself, walk in, and kill people.
Right.
That's how Blood Rage used to work.
Yep,
And
Bloodseeker,
still applies.
yep. He's this farmed. He does not care that much. As long as he got that Blood Rage out already, he's going to be A-okay. And Anti-Mage as well. If Anti-Mage has already blanked, the only thing he's missing from his kit is, or her kit in this case, since, you know, it's a female Anti-Mage, is the Mana Void, which is really unnecessary and not the most useful skill against a Centaur anyway.
Is under attack.
Getting a Paladin sword up in here. Going right to...
Nice.
No, Bloodseeker actually not taking it. Anybody taking it at all? Going to, that is not the right team's items, I don't think. Oh no, it's going to Anti-Mage.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sam has it.
And with that Paladin sword, finally has a Source of Lifesteal, the one thing she was missing here.
Oh no, Cloak of Flames and Ceremonial Robe in the same set of drops. Ouch. Big
A lot
ouch.
of pain. Pain can come from that.
Just imagine dropping that, right? Imagine putting that on Centaur or Snapfire, and then giving the cloak to, or actually no, give the robe to Snapfire, give the cloak to Centaur.
Yeah.
Or Shlark, one of the two.
Oh yeah, they can both use it, for sure. It can even get some use out of the robe on the Silencer here. He would have to give up the Quicksilver for it, but at this point I would imagine probably the super majority of his damage is coming from magic anyway, so...
Yeah, and I
losing
gotta
that
say, I said it before, but it doesn't hurt to repeat it. Quicksilver, low-key broken on a handful of heroes. Ooh, they're closing on a Sniper. They want this, man. Oh, they're gonna catch Silencer! He's gonna die to Sniper! Oh
Yep.
no, dude!
Sniper
He
just gets
came here to save this
completely
man!
Dead.
And yep, as predicted, we had the rupture into Boulder Smash there. As oh man, that was good.
Oh no. That's
Just
it.
the sheer act of catching Decode, and they're like, okay, we're done here. The sheer act of catching Decode out there, immediately morale shattered them.
Yeah.
Brutality.
Ouch. Man, that was rough. That is a situation where you had a team that was really all about that early game who that still actually couldn't even really compete all that well in the early game, unfortunately for them. That anti-mage pick there in that pick phase, man, that was really, it really put almost a noose around their necks, you know. It really meant they had a very, very small pool of heroes to pick from in that lineup, and most of those heroes were banned already. They really banned really well around him. Or her in this case, I guess it's, you know.
Yeah, and I have to say, Snapfire, in a large sense, I think I was correct in saying that Snapfire wasn't a very apt pick for this team.
Oh yeah, like I said, they definitely picked Snapfire just to deny it from baby Shlark, but they did not have anything to tee up the ults. She just could never get anything done during the fights, unfortunately, just because the comp around it really wasn't there. Snapfire is the premier must-be set up for hero in the whole game, right? If you don't have a black hole, if you don't have an arena, if you don't have at least like a vacuum or something, Snapfire is really not going to do anything for you. Unfortunately, this is a good case of that.
I feel like the big shortcoming involving Snapfire was that I kind of predicted that Snapfire was going to be what should, like, I think they were trying to pick Snapfire to be their mid-range fighter, right? But it only ever really came down to either long-range ults or just popping little shredder and trying to mess somebody up, help out Sniper and Shlark, and that did work for them for a little while. But
yeah.
It's like I said, when the magic hour happened, 25 minutes, you witnessed it. That snowballing went from like a 4K advantage to like 20K almost.
Right. Well, they actually did have like a 10K advantage around that point already when that happened, which was very unfortunate for them.
It jumped very quickly.
Yeah, it did jump. It did jump.
That 25-minute mark is about the time that Snapfire, much like Phoenix, has the issue of she cannot stay strong by the handful of items as a pause 4 or 5 she would have alone.
Right. Yeah, with the Snapfire here, just really, without some sort of ability to make room for the Snapfire, just really had no impact at all in the game. Silencer, unfortunately for him, really didn't either. The issue I mentioned at the very beginning of the game really came in big on him there, where it basically just meant, you know, he was, I believe until literally the last minutes of the game, he was using level 1 Global Silence, which unfortunately just has a very short duration. It really just does
4
not...
seconds does not buy you a lot of time, especially when the enemies can still move and follow you and use their items. I'm going to be frank, there's a reason that Silencer is banned, but there's another reason that he's not as good as people seem to believe he is on paper. Like, the Silence is really damn brutal when you can't react to another ult.
He's not as good in Pause 5. I think he's a very good Pause 4. It's just I think there's maybe just an overcommitment to saying, oh, you know, put him in 5, he can make his own damage or whatever. No. I think that's... I think this is a great example of it going wrong here, but...
Yeah, I have to say that some of the best silencers I've ever seen in the role typically play in 3, and they are what I can only describe as possessing the eyes of a goddamn hawk.
Yeah, if
like,
you're gonna
watch that mini-mop. I swear they have one, like, their left eye permanently glued to looking at the minimap, like they got chameleon vision, you know, like one eye watching the screen, the other watching the minimap.
Yeah.
They can, like, the second they see more than 1 or 2 people in a lane and someone's health bar dips below 1/3, bam, silence. Fight's instantly ruined and you get away.
Yep. Yeah, the Pause 3 is probably the most ideal place to play Silencer, though you definitely have to have a tanky Pause 4 with some good coordination to really make that work, because, you know, he doesn't have any tank himself. Like, running in with a 4 Tide Hunter, running in with an Elder Titan, running in even, I know some people don't like hearing this idea, some people, including Randy, running in with like a 4 Mars as well. Actually, I feel like works fairly well with him. But you do have to make it work. But if you can make it work, that's a really nice place for him to be on the farm priority list, where he's getting enough money, he's giving enough levels, he's getting enough of that to really make himself nuisance, but he's not somebody your team is going to be completely chained to. You know, you run him 2, and that's one of your later game guys that you're putting up there. But you run him 3, and it's like you usually expect a 3 to peter off eventually. That's pretty good. So, as far as the upsides, I feel like US Danny really showed some strength on Bloodseeker here. He was really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
He played things really well. Made a lot of smart calls, which is, you know, almost antithetical to Bloodseeker pickers, but you know. US Danny made a lot of smart calls here. Shoutouts to all the Bloodseeker pickers in the world. You know, like I said, for example, early on in lane phase, where he was dropping Rupture on the lower value target because they could guarantee get a kill, whereas Centaur could just simply TP away. You know, I think his itemization in this specific case was pretty good, just making him as miserable as possible. Kind of like a pre-rework of Baden. Just the first time he hits you, you're just instantly as miserable as he can possibly be, and it's only getting worse from there. I think Underlord built himself up pretty well here, because, I mean, on one hand, he could have gotten Crimson, but on the other hand, their cores weren't ever scary enough to really justify it, and getting the utility choices of the Gleep and the Force Staff, I feel like actually did a lot for them over the course of the game. So that was good itemization on that. Not perfect, but I do like it. And of course, Anti-Mage Anti-Mage was just inevitability this game. You know, played like it too. Anti-Mage played like Anti-Mage was planning on finishing out this whole game, and Anti-Mage did. It's simple as it gets, so. And yeah, that was a very open and shut game. It's a shame we weren't able to do it live, but there you go. Any closing comments, fellas?
Nope.
Ocelot? Alright, so if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 on a casual or more competitive level, go to the ld2l.gg. It's too late to sign up for this season, obviously, but you can always be a stand-in. We're always looking for stand-ins on all roles, mind you. We've seen a 1, we've seen 2, 3, 4, and 5, all as stand-ins over the course of this tournament. So I don't care what you play, there's a place for you as a stand-in somewhere. Doing our pre-show panel, Saturday, 7 p.m.
Even though there isn't going to be a show.
Yeah.
What we're doing the pre-show too.
Not this week, mind you. We're not doing it this week. We're doing it next week. We're doing it the week after Christmas. So there is a pre-show panel. Make sure to be there. Maybe we'll do something fun this Saturday in that normal time slot. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff to do then. And yeah, I think that's about the ball game, as they say. So yeah, that's it. Say goodbye, Randy.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Ocelot. Goodbye. And from me, goodbye.